I do.
All right, going live.
Well, I do.
Yeah, for the record.
It's weird.
Since people probably missed that statement, it was cut off by me only just having started the stream. Andrew's
It's
talking
weird.
about
It's
Minecraft
stupid
characters
weird.
in Smash.
It's weird. They don't look right. Everyone else is looking at least relatively-ish human, maybe. Not human, but like anthropomorphically correct. Instead, then you have blocks. Lots and lots of blocks.
Yeah.
Weird. Like, hell, even when it was the 2D characters like Mr. Watchin, whatever the fuck, like those like up against the wall characters, it looks still relatively normal. It just feels weird. And also because, like, I guess everything being a part of Smash, yes, some of the weird ones like Snake and Bayonetta and the weird, but at least they still, I guess, make sense. But, like, Minecraft is its own separate entity. I mean, they're all their own separate entities, but Minecraft being its own just as Juggernaut. Whereas, like, yeah, I was going to say just as Juggernaut, because, like, with the exception of, like, I guess the Pokemons, the Mario, everything in there is not exactly as juggernautable as, say, Minecraft. You know, Minecraft is its own separate entity, so to just be like, here, they're in my Smash Brothers now. Okay, why? And also, I don't think the game works, because that is not even remotely the type of game that Minecraft would adhere itself to.
I mean...
Like, yeah, like Mario, maybe not, but at least it seems more... Well, no, I take it back, because Mario has had such a varied amount of different type of games made with them.
And there is combat in the Mario games, usually.
Yes. Well, there's combat in Minecraft, just not in the way that it's done in Smash. It's just
Smash is a lot more martial arts as opposed to,
It's weird.
Oh, wait, no, not martial arts. Hand-to-hand as opposed to,
It's weird.
Weapon-based combat.
Anyway, let's see why Max is so nervous.
All right. Good morning, Max.
Max? Milk? What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick, Max is really nervous.
That's understandable.
Hey, my sweeties.
What?
You don't think I should fly, do you?
Huh?
You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little.
No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone.
Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie.
What is it this time, Max?
Why don't you try flying into the courtroom?
This actually sounds kind of fun. I wonder if Phoenix actually is mulling it over with these ellipses.
I can see it now, the dashing Lung Yoyer flying fabulously in from above. On glimpse of that.
Lung Yoyer?
Fuck off. Don't make me fly up there even sooner than I'm going to and smack you.
Oh.
On glimpse of that, and everyone in the courtroom will be on your side. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes?
He is considering it. I like the sound of that. Dashing young Lung Yoyer. I couldn't even fucking get it right when I was trying to intentionally get it wrong.
Dashing Lung Blower, blah, blah, blah.
Dashing Lung Yoyer. Flying fabulously.
Dashing fuck you fucking lawyers. Fuck them. Young lawyer, long lawyer.
December 29th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Oh my gosh, it's almost New Year's.
Yep.
Which means the next Drag Race season should be premiering soon.
Hey, someone. Your Honor.
Oh,
John, get on with it.
Sorry, I just realized the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So, well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor, he does often go by that stage name.
Well, no, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. This sounds very much like Grandpa. You don't do a good Grandpa voice.
You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we call the defendant Maximilian Galactica.
It sounds more friendly. My grandchild.
Nice use of that line to try and get your point across for stealing another fucking voice from me. You complain about voicing characters, and yet you want to try and take over all of them.
I know.
It's your problem. It's your fatal flaw. It just depends on the
day. Oh no, I have many fatal flaws. But it can't help it. Sometimes I don't want to do any voices, sometimes I want to do all of them, and you just have to accept that.
No, the fatal flaw is that you bite off way more than you want to chew.
Oh, I disagree. I could do all of these. You think I can?
Oh, I know you can. It's just whether or not you want to. All the time.
All the time? No, that's why I like doing it sometimes.
We do it once a week. You don't even manage
sometimes, like maybe once a month.
It sounds more friendly.
Yeah, no, that was terrible.
The fuck was that accent, even?
See, this is why I should do it. But
I don't know character voices.
Obviously, do your Phoenix, which is just you speaking, which is...
I wonder if that is to our advantage. Ms. Karma, your opening statement, if you please.
I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Eh?
That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. What the shit? It did not count. Do you hear me?
She must still be upset about what happened last time.
You have no chance. Zero, zish, nada. I'm not losing this case. Oh, yes, you are. Why do you ask? Because it is not in the nature of Von Karma to lose at anything.
And yet you have.
I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying.
You're right.
Watch it learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are.
Me? Guilty? What are you talking about?
It will be my ultimate revenge.
Your father was a criminal. That's nothing to do with you.
Her dad is gone, you know. The prosecution is finished. Let's hurry up and wrap up this waste of time.
You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma.
Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there, now!
Poor Dick, always getting roped into
you
things.
From work. I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective.
Oof.
Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I'd like you to begin shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir.
All right, Detective, you may proceed with your testimony.
Witness testimony details of the events.
Dun dun.
The night of the crime. The snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice sessions broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza around the lodging house 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was a blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck.
Oof. I see. He was beaten to death.
I mean...
No, that was... It's far more cold, calculated paralysis.
Well... Not really, is it? You'll learn later.
Happenstance paralysis.
No, the point is... I mean, again, I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to say the big top ringleader didn't ever have to die, but he did, so... Here's the autopsy report for the victim. I'll just say, I think the best way to explain, if I remember correctly, the best way to explain this case is the absolute worst outcome of being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh, dear. Even worse than the guy with the glasses. And
yeah, I mean, either way, if you end up dead, it's kind of the worst outcome.
I mean, I guess.
Autopsy report has been added. Just a reminder, we still have a monkey as evidence.
Yes. Blunt update. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination, and please, if you bring up that goddamn statue once again, I might bludgeon you.
Ad-libbing isn't your strong suit. Maybe don't do it.
Yeah, that should have been... You know,
it
that
should have
would have
been
been
nothing,
applicable to
going.
the first game, but no, we're in the second game
But
now.
now we're in the second game, and also we could have just not done it in the first place and just kept going.
Whatever. Yes, Your Honor.
No need for ad-libbing. This game is insane enough as it is. Now, just as everything!
Hold it. Let me ask you about the snow.
It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime.
Did it pile up?
Oh, it wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground.
I wouldn't describe that as a blizzard, but maybe whiteout, I guess. Sure.
The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day.
Wait, hold on. So that means that the ground was just above freezing. Oh, so it was a cold snap. Oh, the worst kind of blizzard. The snow, let me see. There's got to be more to this.
What's the matter, Nick?
I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime?
Oh, you gotta keep pressing.
Yeah. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Also, it's a court record. I have to take a look at the court record.
Not yet. You can take a look at the court record once you pressed everything and then press something else after pressing the other things.
Okay.
I said what I said.
When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean?
Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot. Regent the tiger was there as well.
Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey?
When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch.
Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. So that's where the wristwatch came from. Hold it.
Hold it.
After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to?
Regina was playing with Regent, while Moe went back to his room tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate to absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately.
Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you?
Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. It seems they were negotiating Max's salary, but that's not true.
Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage.
Because, of course, marriage. Murder itself, keep going.
Hold it.
Hounding it.
I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15.
Okay, not a problem. We got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. Ow! This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright.
We'll just have to revisit that testimony later.
Oh,
Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end?
How did?
You said it.
Yeah,
a wooden box.
Weird like that. You're like, how did? That's right.
Hold it.
You know, you say it like, down it.
Why you mock me?
Because it's fun. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box? Oh, that was him.
Carrying the box, huh?
It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked.
What would you say?
Oh.
I'm amazed we hadn't gotten this as evidence before now. This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions.
You get one chance. Which is the question you need to ask? Do you want to know about the box itself? Do you want to know about the lock? Or do you want to know what was inside the box?
I mean, the box's contents could be just about whatever.
That's true. But what if they were super important?
I don't know.
I know. You don't.
About the contents?
Oh!
Do you mind telling us what was inside that box?
Ooh, yes, that was the correct answer. Well, when we found the box, it was tucked tighter than Fort Knox.
So it was the right one?
Maybe. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open, and all we found inside was this little bottle.
Bottle? What is that, detective?
Exactly what it looks like. It's a condiment bottle.
What's inside the bottle?
It's filled with pepper.
Pepper? Why in the world was that locked in that big box? There's only one little bottle in that huge box?
I wonder if it had some sort of special meaning. Yes, it does. But you will not find out till later.
Is that a bottle filled with poison?
No, the motherfucker said it was pepper. It's pepper.
Okay. Oh god, someone's allergic to pepper, aren't they?
Well, no. Let me just say this, honestly, this entire case is just one big accident after another that eventually led to murder.
Oof.
It's confusing. But you'll see. Well, accident, more like prank that really turned out fucking horribly. But, yeah.
According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct?
You've done your homework, pal.
Or I've just been a good listener. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you?
The police are searching for it as we speak.
Thank you for being helpful for once.
Theory is that it's something the perpetrator ran off with.
You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene.
No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Ho, ho, ho.
Bang. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case.
You mean all we're gonna get out of him is a little bottle of pepper?
Could be
Let me wrap this up, Detective. I'd like to call my next witness. Hey, I'm not even on the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy.
Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down from the stand. Ms. Von Karma, call your next witness.
I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand.
She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist.
I wonder if Trilo will show up. Oh, yes, he will.
Oh, God.
Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Trilo Quist. I am employed as an opera tenor.
Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Me. The world of the law Exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It had a good rhythm.
It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak.
Trilo, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up! Just look at your nose. You'd think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face on the health chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their mind.
What's going on here? Order, order. I demand to know who the witness is.
Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trilo handle this.
I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting testimony from it. Ah!
You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed.
Oh my god.
Even she's like, he's fucking nuts, but he's got testimony, so let him talk.
What you witnessed.
Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge, mean clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went over to the plaza. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene? You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on a silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How could you mistake someone with that crazy getup and the nose stuck up so high?
That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown.
That's right, dress boy.
Well, since you weren't with him, wouldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point.
What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the criminal.
Why's that?
Here's absolute proof.
Silk hat. That anyone can wear.
Found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing the signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene.
Well done, Mr. Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. Except, wasn't that a common area that everyone walked through?
Yes. But,
how could it be blown off by the wind?
Maybe, but maybe not.
Yeah, whatever.
Thank you for stating the obvious, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you have to say?
Okay, I guess she's the boss again today. What you witnessed cross-examination. Do I have to press on every statement again?
Maybe. But, no. Wow, don't even let me finish the sentence. It just proves that you can be stupid sometimes. Think about it. If he says, he's like, hey, he was the only one heading that way. But you only saw Max. But that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the clown you're talking about, Mo.
Whatever. Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand him. There's a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good.
Poor guy.
We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first-place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack.
Then what happened?
He was the only one heading that way. That's right, but was he?
Hold it. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo?
That's right, and that makes him the killer. There's only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense and makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? Ben only saw Max? That's a bit strange, don't you think?
What's strange?
That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose the witness could have seen? The fucking ringleader, Russell Berry. Right?
Yes.
That's the victim? That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance of the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Aha!
Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that out.
What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room.
Is it, according to the defendant, a likely story if Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room? Why was he just as the witness stated at the scene of the crime?
I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness' testimony. There are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. That's very strange.
Brain judging. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the fifth statement? Oh, yes. Press the fifth statement. And then press... I think you have to go back and press the fourth statement and do this all over again? I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Anyway, Max is part of a bitter love triangle with Regina.
That was my line, which is probably why Max conked him over the head.
Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore.
So now we go to
1,
the fifth
2,
statement.
3, 4, 5, and press on this.
Yes.
Around what time did the police arrive at the scene?
I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? I'm sure, I suppose it was after 10:30, I think?
Practice ended at 10, so you hung around the lodging house the entire time?
I guess that sounds about right.
Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather.
Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe we just stand out of that weather?
Well, maybe you were waiting for someone?
What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your offhanded theories.
Objection! But this witness, he's cracking under pressure already. I am onto something. Mr. Wright. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? Regina! Right?
Maybe you're not so dumb after all.
Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer Regina.
Ah!
Oh my god. There goes the arms! My arms!
Did you not see his head go away too?
Yes, but... We're blasting off again!
Yes, basically.
You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true?
Oh, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is that what I saw, don't you forget it?
Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Eh?
Yeah.
Alright. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime.
Objection. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. You know, the second part of, the murder. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading over.
Oh! That is absolutely no proof that the witness is waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. All right, I spilled the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Pain. Don't volunteer things.
Mr. Quest, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth.
Everything.
Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house?
I was. I was waiting to propose to her.
You were what? Waiting to propose? To a 16-year-old?
What's the matter? You don't think humans have a monopoly on marriage?
That the matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore.
Franziska, what the fuck?
Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Let's talk about the proposal.
Hooray!
Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance. It says change here. Waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket.
No, you don't. We have it. The monkey stole it.
Oh, then maybe he didn't stay there all night because the monkey stole his wing.
Mm-hmm. You were going to propose, you, a puppet.
Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love.
I guess you're right.
Oh, God.
Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her, too.
Yes, she's 16. No, don't propose to her. Jesus Christ.
His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now.
Well, at least
Okay,
Phoenix
Mr.
knows
Wright,
that.
please continue with your examination.
Oh, did you hear that? His sigh seemed a little wistful.
Oh, God.
Well, you should already know what to do here. Wait, no. First, you have to press the second statement, because this is one of those games where you're ahead of this already. He said he has the ring, but he doesn't have the ring. But we don't know that it's a ring yet because he hasn't explained that what it was. Even though we, the players, know that it is a ring, and he does not have it, even though he says he has it.
Hasn't said it in his testimony.
That's right. So he has to press something else I told you, the attorney games are weird. If you're ahead of it, you can still lose because you have to do other stuff beforehand because the characters are much more stupid than you.
Yeah. And to be fair, other cultures might have different proposal methods.
Whatever, anyway.
What was it exactly that you planned on giving her?
You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. And there is question, what was it? You're going to die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring.
An engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs.
Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here.
Franziska's whip looked like about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad, push on anyway.
Pain equals bad, but no, we gotta push on.
Push on anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to a human being. Possibly.
I advise you to cut this argument short.
I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony, specifically about the engagement ring? I'd like to stick to the facts, not sociology.
You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a back bathrobe.
This doesn't have a waist straw. But okay.
And there goes the ad-libbing again.
I had to retort it in the judge's voice, otherwise it was just going to be a meaningless retort.
But did you? No, you didn't. Now present the ring!
Oh.
On the last statement, I mean, you could do it on pretty much any statement where he mentions it, but it's just better to do it on the last statement because, he literally says it's still in his pocket.
Mm-hmm. Objection! From T to R. Trilo, do you mind if I show you something?
What is it? What are you talking about?
Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to double team me now. Oop. Phoenix Wright getting Eiffel Towered. Do you recognize this ring?
That's mine. Give it back. Safe.
Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here?
Ah!
Oop. What is going on here?
That's Ben, say something. Don't put me on the spot like this, Trilo.
This is how this guy does improv. He just defers to himself. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money like a bank vault?
Ha! That filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him.
Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey in every sense of the word. I see, a circus monkey. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gathers them up. Shiny things? Yes, like engagement rings. Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you?
Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night. The night of the crime. What did you just say?
Details, I need more details.
Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have taken around that time. Oh, God.
My goodness.
Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder.
It's not for you to decide who has to do with what. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand.
I haven't admitted a thing, not I used to Trilo Quest.
What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo?
You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money.
But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you?
It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away.
That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point.
Prove a point? What could possibly that be?
Ben's testimony has a flaw.
Or maybe Ben doesn't exercise enough.
Well, I don't know whether or not that's the case. It might just be that it was slippery. There is a huge contradiction in this witness' testimony.
I still think that could have been a very funny bit, but you decided to just go with the answer. It would have been funny. Everyone would have been looking at him like he's fucking insane. He would have been like, obviously, Woodman is lacking in exercise. And everyone just looks at him like, the fuck? But, you know, you do it your way. Prediction.
The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza.
What is the meaning of it all, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Franziska, you are not an imbecile. You know exactly what it is. You're just deferring it to Phoenix.
Keep going. What are you going with this theory of yours?
I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. He didn't see Max, but he didn't see the ringmaster because he was off chasing Money.
They get it.
Interesting, Mr. Wright.
Objection. Well, then tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that someone surpassed the diligent...
Objection! Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene.
However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive.
The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. The witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant.
What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dog face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw it, no doubt about it. I saw the worthless liar.
Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night.
Ha! I already told you so many times. You think you know my story's not changing.
You've already changed your story, Stick Boy. I'm not sure it will change some more. Or I'm sure it will change some more.
There are usually many more behind it.
Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him.
Yeah.
Witness testimony. Witnessing Max.
I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina, but that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza last night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Gallica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Anyway, so that means that Money didn't show up until after you saw Max? That's right, Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max.
Then Money snatched the ring and we went chasing after him? How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting?
Well, let's see, I'd say about, I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch.
Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination then.
Now, have you figured out what you need to press and or present?
Three ridiculous symbols. Oh, jeez. White roses, cape, and hat.
Yes. Maybe that's not what you're supposed. You're not really thinking about it.
No, I'm not.
What else is new? I said good evening to him. Why would he say good evening to the man who bashed his head in with a glass bottle?
Good fucking point. So you testify that you said good evening to Max that night.
You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, don't, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night and someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not a Trilo. You gotta say good evening at night. I'm sorry, Trilo.
Mr. Quest, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom.
Impossible. A performer lives and breathes the performance. You should know better.
There's got to be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Trilo's evening greeting. Isn't it a bit strange to you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange.
Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers?
Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I would understand. Ow! That hurt, Francisca.
Maybe you should have had some proof before you start flapping. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school.
There's no reason that Trila would ever say something nice to Max, but how do I go about proving that with the evidence?
Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one.
I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony.
You can go back to present.
The bottle. Objection. Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder?
Fight?
A fight over Regina, to be exact.
It wasn't that big of a deal. It was an argument, a disagreement at most.
A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head with a glass bottle. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch!
Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first.
The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There is absolutely no way they could have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival.
Ah! Are you saying the witness is lying? Are you trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just...
That's enough from you, Mr. Quest. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night?
It?
He saw a different person. Right?
Let's see...
It is my belief that the witness did see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to.
What kind of theory is that?
The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all.
Why?
If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it.
What in the world? You?
Will the defense kindly explain who it was Trilo saw that evening then?
Who's it gonna be? Your mouse is hovering over a character. Could it be the right character? Oh, now it's back to Mo. Maybe Mo's the character. But maybe it's Russell.
Would it make sense that it was Russell?
Maybe.
Yeah, he said he walked with Mo, and that's not something we could argue with, like... He wouldn't be motivated to lie about Mo. He very well could have seen Russell Berry instead.
That's true, maybe. Why don't you present it and see what happens?
Considering the ill temper of this witness, there is only one person he would greet.
Oh, it must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. Please, Judge, stop being
What the
perfect.
fuck?
Please stop being perfect. Judge.
No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilo would have given her the engagement ring as a present right then and there. Oh, yeah, I suppose you've got a point there.
I like how he went from adorable to... Oh, God. Anyway. If it was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not?
You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. Good to know we're on the same radar for once, Francisca. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct?
Gulp.
Answer the question, Mr. Quest.
Wah!
Order. Order. How do you respond to this?
Wait a second. At first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica.
I think it is time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quest obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or is it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry?
The prosecution argues it was the defendant the witness saw that night. The witness is clearly stated he saw the defendant's three symbols.
3 symbols?
Alright, this is getting old. You gotta remember the rundown. Here we go. All together now. Ow! Yes, we know. Silk hat, cloak, and white roses.
Objection. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. Oh, okay, fuck, what was... Descalé! Phoenix Wright would make a good Jean Descalé, actually.
Let's keep going. What was that?
Well, the witness has endlessly reported that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else, dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry.
What?
Miss Von Karma. Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was indeed the defendant?
Well,
Ugh. If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes, I think we finally won a point on this one.
That is very unfortunate. Wag, wag, wag.
Excuse me.
You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And what do you mean by that?
You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but...
But...
who that person can be only answered by our next witness.
Huh?
Your Honor, the prosecution will provide beyond a shadow of a doubt an answer to that question and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. There is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime.
Bang. Very well, the court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request that the prosecution prepare for the next witness. Court is now in recess. Ay, ay, ay.
Alright, goodbye everyone.
You still have 50 minutes, babe.
Oh damn, I was hoping you wouldn't notice.
December 29th, 11:54 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 5.
Don't out-tick me, I'll out-tick you, bitch. Anyway, sweetie, you'll have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday. Remember? I was in the Ringmaster's room.
And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right?
Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would, quote, be right back. Although I don't think they say quote. See, I don't understand that. It has quotes here and it has quotes there, but it's like, be right back. But you wouldn't say, like, what's the point of that in games? Like, I guess to establish that he said he would that, but he did, because you're not going to just say he would, quote, be right back. You don't say that in normal English vernacular. You don't be talking to someone and say, oh, my friend said, and I... Well, I guess you could say, and I quote, but it doesn't include that here. You know, it's like, you know, it just feels weird.
Well, in this case, when you write it, it's because of the fact he said he would be right back. That's the quote that you are paraphrasing
You
out.
wouldn't be saying, but you wouldn't put it like that. If this had voice acting, it wouldn't have, I don't think it would have those quotes, really. Or it wouldn't be said in such a way that it would just be like, he said he would be right back. It wouldn't be, or quote, be right back. You know, it just feels weird. But whatever. That's when the Ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right?
That's what it seems like.
But the Ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. They always just remember. I went straight to the Ringmaster's room and still dressed in my stage clothes, but when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off for no fucking reason.
Which means?
It means the Ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max, since you did my line.
Yeah.
Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility! Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the Ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? I know where it went, but I'm not gonna say. Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I never was quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president? You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool.
Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper.
And now it's time for our next witness, the pitiful clown, as described by Miss Von Karma.
Oh boy. Now that everyone is back, let's get started again.
God,
The court is now back in session. Ms. Von Karma,
God,
please proceed with the prosecution's case.
Oh, God. This is a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reference. I hate this. Alright, anyway. Very well, I will now call my next witness a pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand?
Why did she just call him a pitiful clown?
Oh God, I hate this, but I'm gonna do it. The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I my clowning days. Name and occupation.
Oh my God. Will the witness please inform the court why he's speaking autobiographical gibberish?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in the courtroom in my life. I wasn't sure what joke was suited best for this sort of occasion.
What in the world are you talking about? You're on a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name to the court.
Oh, yeah. Maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shoes, no service. Okay. How about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How was that one? But a couple of clowns, they were up to no good, started making trouble and... name. Lawrence Carls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown.
Dear God.
10:15 on the day of the murder. Correct. Yes, it is.
Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening?
A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walk into this plaza.
Without the humor, please.
Okay. Aw, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. He can if we press all the statements.
Oh, God. What you witnessed.
Thank you. Press all the statements. Anyway, I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying, even come up with some jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I've decided to try to make everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? And that was his testimony.
Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here?
Witness. Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Please stick with the facts of the case. Really? You'll hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be a straight man later.
Oh my God.
Thank you. You know it's going to be Gumshoe. Is he?
Gumshoe.
But hey, I'll give Von Karma 1 point, even if it is torturing Gumshoe, because I believe she goes through with it. At least she kept her promise.
Oh, wow. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony?
Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. Please don't.
Dear God.
Well, the night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster. Excuse me. And he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head.
That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now.
Anyway. Of course you can. There's no way this account can be criticized. I mean...
However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter? Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. Oh my God.
That must be because of my insincere smile.
Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination so we can get him off the stand, please. Yes, Your Honor.
Alright, it's time to press literally every single statement, motherfucker.
Mr. Wright, Your Honor, I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling. I understand, Your Honor.
If you cause this plot to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible.
Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. We're still pressing every statement, aren't
we? Yes, I'm going to force you to press every statement.
How many points am I going to lose?
You'll see. First statement, please.
Hold it. You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct?
See, that's the thing.
Huh?
How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now 8 o'clock. That's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke.
Let's not.
Do it.
Alright, 8 o'clock then?
Yes. You know, you want to hear the joke. A man goes to his doctor, and the doctor asks, "How is number 1? The man says, "Every day at 6. And the doctor asks, "At 2? And the man says, "Every day at 7. Then what's the matter? I sleep till 8. Anyway, witness, these are exactly the type of jokes you should say for Gumshoe.
Ow!
You knew what would happen. Don't look at me like that.
Mr. Wright,
is penalized.
This will not become a kangaroo court. Is the meter going to empty out because of you?
No.
This isn't funny at all in more ways than one. Why are you giggling to yourself, Mo?
Because he knows how pooped he was. But I do believe that's the only one actually where you can lose points, unless it's a genuine fuck up where you get the wrong answer for something else.
You were pooped that night?
Yes, I was very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food.
What?
The double cheese double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that? Say happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days.
That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply.
Oops.
I've got a good reply, though. That joke was so funny, it just earned you a penalty.
Okay, I didn't actually read that one fully, so I guess there was another one where you could get a penalty. Oops.
Penalty.
Let me make sure.
Penalty.
Hold on. Okay, this one is not a penalty, I will say.
You just happened to glance out of the window?
Yeah, you could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed.
Mr. Carls.
Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either.
What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Keep pressing.
Yes.
Exactly why did you look out of your window that night?
Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they?
That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday.
Once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
It hasn't even been a full 2 days!
You forgot?
Smack. Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night.
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Ow! It's not something you just forget to mention.
Yeah, what she said. That's what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well, Mr. Carlos, please revise your testimony. This should start turning the tables in our favor.
I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me take a look outside.
Should I press again or no?
I'm just seeing. Let's move on to the last statement. I don't think there's really anything funny. I don't think. Yeah. And all of a sudden, match clonked. Okay, let's do that.
You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head?
Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story.
He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with?
You mean weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right?
No. You did say you saw the entire thing, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon.
Smack. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night?
Objection! I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what's waiting for you. A nice penalty.
Dear fucking God! Wasn't that a bit melodramatic?
So what will it be then? Do you have a clear basis as to why you're the witness? Let's see. Are you going to say, of course I don't, or of course I do?
Um...
Just say that you do.
Of course I do. I've got a great reason to make my claim.
And I will suppose you'll be telling us this great reason?
Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed when he says that he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way he could have seen Max clonk anyone.
In 1972, a crack clown unit was sent to prison by a circus cat for crime.
Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment?
They didn't commit. These clowns probably escaped from a maximum security clown car.
Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? Oh my god.
No, I'm stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick.
These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of clown makeup to find the truth.
Well,
Oh, you're back from your jog?
Well, it pretty much happened the way I said.
Pretty much?
When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statements.
Von Karma. Tampering with witnesses again. And they say defense attorneys are supposed to avoid talking to people. Prosecution attorneys also usually aren't allowed to talk to people beforehand, but they do. So now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster?
Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already clonked out. Or checked out.
Checked out?
Yeah, he was on permanent vacation, as they say.
Mr. Curls, calm the gallows humor.
Your Honor.
You did not witness the actual crime, however, you still say you saw the criminal, correct?
Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over, and I saw someone's silhouette next to him.
Very well. Then please testify to this silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I catch even a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it?
Got it.
The silhouette.
I was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying.
It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
You took your time realizing that, didn't you? Whatever. This should be enough, right?
It is decisive testimony.
Was Max really at the crime scene that night?
He said he wasn't there. We have to keep believing that.
All right,
Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination.
You better know what to do.
The silhouette.
What are you going to press on or present?
I saw his uppity symbols. Hold it. Trila said the same thing, but if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them?
I thought of that myself. But just looking at the shape of his face, I saw it must have been Max.
You're sure of that?
Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap. His silk hat. Why are you're pressing the statements when you don't need to?
You're sure this is what you saw that night? I was curious because symbols? Only 2 of the symbols?
Right. So don't you have some evidence that might contradict that because it shows all 3 symbols?
Well, I don't know whether or not to press and then present, or just present, or only press, or what the fuck? Welcome to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney! Yeah, I know. So I try the press just because. You're sure that this is what you saw that night?
Exactly what I said is what I saw is what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk.
Don't birds have terrible night vision? Yes.
But that's not all I saw! Back to the previous statement.
The hat or the poster?
Poster.
Objection! You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols?
I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak.
Mo. Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols?
3 symbols. Yay, everyone get ready, all together now.
Silk hat, cloak, white roses.
What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pie? I love pie. 3 point...
Dear God.
Silence, fool, you are to respond with the whole truth, no fractions.
Pi, of course, isn't a fraction. Well, unless you say tau over 2. Then it's a fraction.
Keep going.
Order. Order. Smack. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you?
To be honest, there wasn't any roses on the person I saw. Objection. The crime scene was dark. It was obviously too dark to see that kind of a detail.
Objection. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white against... What are they, like? What is the cloak? Black or purple? There's no way he could have missed them.
And the roses must have fallen off the defendant and insulted the victim.
If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case?
Clearly not. He's toying with the court.
I got her on the ropes now. Whenever there's a nugget of truth, it always seems to peek out at me, then run away. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trila's testimony?
There's no way I could mistake someone wearing 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose so high? How could you mistake wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup?
Trila saw them all. Trila saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims that there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now.
Smack. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but there should still be doubt lingering in your mind. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness.
That's right.
It seems that unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age.
I'm not mature.
I mean, he is a clown. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
What?
If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling?
Nick, this is your last chance.
Oh, God. The silhouette part 2.
There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene.
Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance? I will not even allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you are going to prove to me there is a contradiction with Mr. Crow's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. Oh dear. So
this
no pressing on statements.
This is your only chance.
Dear God. Duh. I'm trying to think. How do I present that Max had taken off his costume? Because it wasn't said in the courtroom. Do we present the hat? Because it fell off. It was found at the scene of the crime, not with the victim, right?
Just present the hat.
Okay, yeah. On the last statement?
Yes.
Yeah. Objection. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it?
Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night.
No question in your mind?
Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that?
I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found?
Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. Oh crap. The crime scene? That means...
The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time he was on the crime scene.
No, that's not true.
Order, order, order. Mr. Carls.
Yes, Your Honor?
What is the meaning of all this? Dear God, he's in caps lock. You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court.
Hey, that's not right. It's so harsh.
What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things.
Damn, savage. Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great.
Oof.
How are you?
Oof. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Carls. Who do you think you are?
I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. Turned into a bratty little kid.
It's pitiful, isn't it? Pitiful clown.
You left that scene wearing the dumb silk hat. He was there.
He left the scene?
What's the matter, Nick?
There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo?
What do you want?
You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime?
What? He... What What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't just ask me that. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness.
Objection. Smack. This witness testimony is so full of holes. Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Babe?
Sorry, I'm here. Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is that? How did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He turned around and walked away.
That's what I expected you'd say. You're sure that's how it happened?
Humph!
Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Oh, Judge, it's because little details matter a lot. Do you have any proof to counter the story as to how the criminal left the scene?
Oh, crap, I forgot.
This photo?
Hold on. I don't know. Well, I know, but I don't remember. Hold on. I think so. I just have to make sure. Yes.
Take that. Look at this photograph.
Oh.
The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? There are none. Ay, 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 ay! Ay, 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 ay! So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene?
Your
Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all this witness testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in.
Wait, just a second. You guys can't ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyway. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better.
I feel that. Mr. Lawrence Curls.
Yeah?
The testimony you provided up until now has been false.
It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just
what?
Well, I was just a bit confused about the criminal leaving the scene, especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw.
Order! Order! I will have order in my court! Franziska Von Karma, how could you?
Ta-da!
Don't you curtsy.
Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you will have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
Ugh, that's enough of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw.
Oh boy, you're not gonna believe it, but it's true. Try not to waste your time with idiotic drivel.
The truth.
Here we go. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and the Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he... This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew! He jumped up and flew through the air! He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness! That's why there were no footprints! Flying people don't leave footprints! I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was, how do you put this into words?
Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened.
You're right.
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why would you believe me, especially since it's the best part of the story?
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. You've been struck by a flying criminal. I don't know. What do you think about this witness testimony, Mr. Wright?
Well, what do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright?
His eyes are playing tricks. He's telling the truth. This is all a dream, right?
Up to you. They all lead to the same ending, so why don't we ask if this is all a dream?
This is all a dream, right? Right now, I can't believe any of this. I'm not even sure if this day hasn't been some kind of Kafkaesque dream. Ow!
Now do you think it's still a dream, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Smack. Or bang. I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
You imbecile.
Was that the judge or Mo? If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints on the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is now in recess until tomorrow. Is it actually in recess until tomorrow? I don't know. December 29th, 2:33 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 5.
Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on?
That's what I want to know.
They say the criminal disappeared and flew into the air and disappeared. Holy shit. I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you?
That was my line, but okay.
Whatever. I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage.
Because it's an effortless act.
It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule.
I'm sorry, Max. I'm sorry I had to break a magician's creed to keep the flying trick secret. But also that one was kind of obvious.
Nick, what do we do now?
All we can do now is hope that we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow.
Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. To be continued, and that's where we end our stream.
Alrighty.
A little oily, but you know, hey, shit happens.
Now it's 3:30 p.m. at Ranco Law offices. Dun dun. Alrighty. Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more streams from Andrew and me. Hit the notification. Oh, yeah. We stream here on the channel every Thursday together. More or less every Thursday. And approximately from 7 to 9 U.S. Central Time. Sometimes we start
maybe a little earlier,
late.
maybe a little later, maybe a little this, maybe a little that. It's everything.
Yeah.
You take what you can get.
Yeah. Sometimes we cut off early. Sometimes we cut off really late, like we did last week. I mean, it's whatever, you know? Yeah. Anyways, then I also personally stream from 6 to 9, nice, U.S. Central Time, on Sundays. I go back and forth between Minecraft and Factorio. This next week should be a Minecraft week. Yeah. That should be fun. Of course, times vary for that one as well. You know, it happens. And what else was I thinking?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Andrew and I also have a podcast that we really need to record more episodes for. And I think I'll probably have to do that after I get done with all my final projects that are coming up this coming week. Bleh. Final projects, assignments, whatever. I'm behind on a little bit of stuff. November disappeared. November just disappeared for me. Just yikes. Anyways, and then the first week of December was busy as all hell. Ugh. Anyways, that should do it. So, thank you so much for watching. Well, it's time. This has been Guy Smith, and...
Yes.
Apparently the voice is just called Yes now.
Yes.
Hi.
My name is Yes. Don't you know? My name is Yes.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
That,
Goodbye.
you don't realize that that's the Japanese word for yes.
Bye.
For the record, I'm learning Japanese. Anyways, until next time, take care. We'll see you guys. Arigato!
Hi. Goodbye.